the purpose behind Age Like a Girl is really to change the conversation, to elevate the menopause conversation so that you understand how powerful you are. This is in Age Like a Girl in massive detail. One of the things I'm the most proud of with Age Like a Girl is I have over 400 peer-reviewed citations of studies backing up what I discovered in there. For the sake of this conversation, I'm going to give you highlights. Please go pre-order the book, and it will be in your hands in December. It'll be there in time for Christmas, so it's a great present. But most importantly, the purpose behind Age Like a Girl is really to change the conversation, to elevate the menopause conversation so that you understand how powerful you are. Just like Fast Like a Girl taught you how powerful you can be over your metabolism, I want you to understand through this podcast, through my videos, through this book, how powerful you are meant to be moving through this process we call menopause. Okay? So let's dive in to this question that I have been asking myself. What is the purpose of menopause? So the first thing I want you to know is the body does not do anything by mistake. Everything, it's like nature. Everything has an order to it, even though it doesn't look like it. So if there was a reason we stay 42.5% of our life post-reproductively, if there's a reason for that, we should probably know that, don't you? If you're going to spend over 40% of your life in your post-reproductive years, don't you want to know what's happening and where you're going? So when we look at it through this lens, and we look at it through the lens that the body never does anything by mistake, I really went searching for experts to help me understand this process. And those of you who listen to me on my podcast know I've brought a lot of these experts on to really help us all understand this moment. In the last couple of years, as I've been interviewing these experts, one of the things that I noticed was we all can't agree on the menopausal process. So know that right up front, that you're hearing me on this podcast, or maybe you're watching this on YouTube, and it might click for you or make sense for you, and then you'll go and hear an expert say something different. I'm here to give you information so that you make decisions for yourself. Many of the experts right now believe that all we need to do with menopause is do more hormone replacement therapy. I am not opposed to hormone replacement therapy. On the Resetter podcast, I'm bringing several what may look like conflicting opinions, but I really think that hormone replacement is a very personal decision, and you have to decide what fits right for you. And I don't think there's a one size fits all. There's a learning curve to find your best hormone replacement therapy. So know that. I also, Mary Claire Haber and I talked about this on the Resetter podcast. Hormone replacement therapy does not give you a free pass from lifestyle. So if you put a patch on and your hemoglobin A1C is up at 5.7, that patch may not be as effective, or you might not notice the changes hormonally as much as if somebody puts the patch on that has a hemoglobin A1C of 4.7, showing that they're metabolically healthy. Someone who has a high toxic load, something I talk about in Age Like a Girl, I walk through different toxins. A lot of heavy metals, a lot of plastics in your body. If I give you a pellet or I give you some cream, that doesn't mean that you're going to all of a sudden have this instantaneous happiness that kicks in and that your menopausal journey changes. Somebody who's a complete rushing woman who is so frazzled and doesn't even have access to her parasympathetic nervous system, she may have a little more of a downside to her hormone replacement because her life is out of congruency with how her feminine body and with what it needs and how it needs rest. So this is why I will continue to hold the line of lifestyle. And in Age Like a Girl, there's lifestyle all over it, giving you really simple, free things you can do. But in this quest to answer what is the purpose of menopause, in just the 3 years I've been writing this book, the conversation has changed dramatically. And we've gone from this hush to this chaos where everybody's giving you advice. So again, I want to remind you as I go through this podcast, as I go through the YouTube videos, that if you're watching this, it's you are the boss of your own health. You are the one that makes that decision for you. So you listen to podcasts like this so that you can become educated, so that you can walk into your doctor's office, so you can have a collaborative conversation around what's best for you. So I really just, I want to keep putting that forward, that this is your decision. I'm just opening up another part of the conversation that hasn't been getting enough oxygen. So here's an interesting thought. Why would your body shut down a major organ system? Like, think about that. You know, it's not like we have mistaken parts of our body. Why would the body shut that down? And why in the shutting down of this organ system, why are we seeing the rest of these neurochemicals go? And why are we seeing this massive brain change where we go from a cross-reference brain to a lateral brain? Why is all of that happening? And I will tell you, as I go through these 4 experts that I looked at and these 4 theories I looked at, I will tell you that the number one reason is because your body is preparing you to change. You are shedding old identities that no longer fit you. You are letting go of people pleasing. You are done with the time of your life where you thought about everybody else, and you're stepping into a new version of you. So new versions need new environments. And so the reason the body shut the organ system down is so that you can change. You can transform into something new. If it didn't want you, if the human body and whoever made us, depending on your belief systems, if it wanted you to stay the same, it would have kept you in the reproductive cycle. But it literally shut down a whole organ system, and it made this massive change to your brain. It changed your neurochemicals so that you can change. And what you're going to hear throughout this whole series is that depression, anxiety, irritability, is it possible that these things are showing up because you are resisting this moment that was meant for you to change into something new? In Age Like a Girl, I talk a lot about old identities, new identities. I use the very overused metaphor, but I give it some new life of the caterpillar going into the butterfly. And we're going to talk about this as we go through this series, because there's something magical that happens to the caterpillar that makes it turn into a butterfly. So stay tuned. I want to go through that, because we need resistance. We need to push against this change for a short moment in order to launch into this new version of us. The other thing I just want to point out is that when I've looked into the anthropology, so when I looked back into the grandmother hypothesis, when I looked at anthropologists that have been trying to map this menopausal moment to our primal hunter-gatherer days, there is a consensus that there are 3 aspects of our life that we get back. We get fitness back. Hold on, I know you're like, what? I get fitness back? We get cognition back? Wait, what? We're supposed to actually be more cognitively brilliant in our postmenopausal years? Yep, I know that's not the message you've been getting. And we are meant to be collaborators and leaders together with other postmenopausal women. Now, they call it a renewed energy, that the energy it took to actually release an egg every month. All of that energy gets put back at you. Like your body gives you that energy back, which is why you can get in better shape. You can use your days, instead of focusing it on kids perhaps, you're focusing it on fitness. This is why you see people like Michelle Obama and Jane Fonda and I mean so many post-menopausal women that just change their careers or come into their career because they have renewed energy, they have renewed purpose, they have renewed cognition, and that was by design. So you're going to hear me talk a lot about the shedding of the old and the stepping into the new. Guess what? Age Like a Girl, my new book. It's ready for pre-orders, and this is the most personal book I have ever written, and I'm so excited to bring it to you. If you are looking to reinvent yourself through the menopause process, or maybe you're on the other side and you're still looking for that reinvention, I'm going to show you exactly why menopause works in your favor and how you can make it your greatest moment yet. Age Like a Girl. Now, I want to introduce you to the grandmother hypothesis. It is a hypothesis that has been going around for a while in the menopausal circles. Some people love it, some people don't. I'll tell you what I think about it and what it tells us. We are living in primal bodies. I just want to say that. The human body has not changed much since the hunter and gatherer days. But we don't live in a primal hunter ancestral world. We live in a modern world. So we need to look at the grandmother hypothesis through a modern lens. So when I dove into this hypothesis, I actually brought the Kristen Hawkes, the anthropologist who has been studying this for many years. She actually found a tribe in Tanzania called the Hadza tribe. And the Hadza tribe still exhibit this grandmother hypothesis. And what she discovered was that when you looked at tribe life, now I know this isn't modern day life, sit tight with me for a moment. What happened around the tribe, in cave life, let's call it that, what we saw was that the very robust, strong members of the clan went off to go for an animal kill. So these were usually the alpha men. These were many of the men, most of the men. These were also your grandfathers. I get asked this question all the time. There were the grandfathers, and they were some of the strong grandmothers. Actually, some of the grandmothers went out with them. There's some interesting research showing this renewed fitness actually made them great big animal hunters. So a whole group went off to make the big animal kill. They only came back to the tribe with an animal kill for food 3% of the time. That's 1 day out of a month. So they weren't really successful all the time, but of course when they came back, it was a party and a celebration. But somebody had to keep the tribe alive while they were off looking for this big animal kill. So if you love this video, you're gonna wanna check out this video. It's kind of the sucky part of menopause is that we get a toxic dump. So when we look at unwinding the menopausal weight, we've got to look at making you insulin sensitive and look at detox.